Alright everyone, in the video I just did prior to this, I was mentioning how, this whole, the way the leftists view Mike Pence and Donald Trump is really just them sort of oozing out their daddy issues, and this is one that I definitely see that in. We'll go to this. You know, I had no idea Pence was such a monster. My God, he let a woman go to prison because she miscarried. I mean, obviously a moron, because if you read the story, the woman bought drugs from Hong Kong to induce the abortion. She basically performed one on herself. And this shows a whole bunch of leftist hypocrisies, because they argue the whole reason for abortion is so that people don't need to have them done in back alleys, and we have to keep having them because otherwise they're going to have them done illegally and, everything like that. Pence jailed a woman for having a miscarriage. Yeah, because obviously Mike Pence is a tyrant who, is not a congressman, but is the judge, the jury, and the executioner all in one. Had a woman jailed for having an abortion. I mean, all these people. Pence jailed a woman for having an illegal abortion. Let that sink in. Yeah, illegal. I mean, this is what I do on Twitter now. Keyword illegal. So, I mean, these people are so dumb. So there's a whole bunch of this. Oh, he had her arrested, and you go through, and what you need to know about the abortion law under Pence. And I really wish these people came out and just said women have the right to murder, because that's seriously what they're arguing for. I mean, especially in this case, where again, the feticide conviction of a woman in Indiana found guilty of inducing her own abortion with drugs she bought online has been overturned by the Indiana Court of Appeals. So even though she had an appeal, they're still going after him for it. He's responsible. He's responsible for everything. Not this woman's. She's not responsible for anything. And they're saying how, according to women's advocacy groups, the case marks the first time that a state feticide law has been used to prosecute a woman for allegedly inducing her own abortion. Oh, yeah, I guess she just allegedly bought the stuff from Hong Kong too to not induce abortion. This is their other big thing, where they'll put allegedly, like you saw this with the Ohio State terrorist attack, where it was like, the man allegedly ran into people with his car and allegedly stabbed them, and allegedly, all of this is allegedly, but it's not Mike Pence didn't allegedly have her arrested. Mike Pence had her locked up. Like, it's this sort of, I mean, this is why they're losing. It's so funny on a site, winningdemocrats.com. Listen, buddy, you're not going to be winning for a while. And part of that, I think, I think that's a motivation behind Jill Stein's money laundering thing that she's guised as a recount. She's just trying to gain money from wherever she can so they can rebrand the Democrat Party, because they know it's not going to stack up against Trump if he comes correct. So, terrified that her parents, who she lived with, would find out she had gotten pregnant by a married man. I mean, this is such a hot mess, obviously. Patel bought abortion-inducing drugs from an online pharmacy based in Hong Kong. She delivered a half-pound baby that did not survive and was arrested when she sought treatment for heavy bleeding at the local hospital. I thought this was alleged. Attorneys for Indiana argue that at 25 weeks, the baby was just short of viability and had taken a breath. They insisted that the law did not apply to third-party factors, but could also be used to punish women for self-induced abortions. At this point, the left, they're science deniers. We know the state of a baby all the way through. We can see it. You want women to have the right to murder. That's all it is. And I'd respect it more if you just came out and said that women we want them on such a pedestal that they can just recklessly get pregnant and then kill the children however they choose, because that's what this case argues. So it's this just, and this is why they won't win, because most women nowadays don't support abortion. They see this stuff going on. They realize, oh, it's just a bundle of cells. Bitch, you're just a bundle of cells. Like the rationales used and everything like that, it just doesn't make any sense, and people are starting to see through it. There's more and more contraception methods. I saw a thing where they're about to make it so men can have a switch implanted so that they have control over it, and I think that's a far better way to go about. I think you'll have far less babies out of wedlock if men are in control of that. These women, and the whole thing is, it's like these women are just, they want to create this cozy environment where women can just be reckless and stupid and not have any consequences. Like, I got into a argument with someone the other day. Well, they were asking questions of someone else and how they felt about abortion, and what were their points? It was if a person, can't afford the baby. And I said, people have been born into a lot less. It really shows the decadent society we're in if this is an idea of whether or not you can afford the baby. People, have lived on next to nothing, and poor was the default for the majority of history. So, null and void with that one. And it was, well, what if someone gets pregnant from a rape? And it's like, okay, first off, rapists wouldn't want you to get pregnant because that's evidence of the rape. And it does happen to a very small percent of the people, but that's why the morning after pill is part of a rape kit. When you go to the hospital, they will offer you the morning after pill. If you didn't go to the hospital, you didn't handle it right, again, that's your own recklessness. At some point, you have to, consequences. That's all it is. So, that's it for this one. I'm trying to knock these out. I gotta be at work early tomorrow. I just want to have a whole new batch of videos. So, thinking Mike Pence is responsible for everything that happens in Indiana? Yeah, fucking go take your daddy issues to a therapist, kids.